Have you experienced a kind of a choker feeling in your throat, like an apple core stuck in your throat when you actually couldn't speak what you wanted to speak? Or have you gone through this experience of a kind of a butterfly or some movement in your upper abdomen when you wanted to appear for an interview or exams? These are nothing but the disturbances in the movement of your energy system and mainly chakras. What are chakras? Before we understand chakras, let me tell you about aura first, right? So aura is the pool of energy in and around our body, and in that pool there are certain spots where the energy moves in a turbine or a circular fashion, like a whirlpool. And in 2D view, they look like wheels. Chakra is the Sanskrit name for wheels. Our rishis have already mentioned about 7 major chakras in our body, and Radical has mentioned around 250 multi-chakra system with detailed description, which has been clinically tested several times. Let's talk about the 7 major chakras. These are not just stories. I've got the evidences of these chakras or visual evidence of this chakra in aura photography, which says a lot about an individual and their personality. I've been studying this chakra for several years. I wouldn't say I'm an encyclopedia of chakras. However, I have studied specifically the psychosomatic aspect of the chakras. These chakras are amazing energy centers and can help you thrive in life if these chakras remain open. And that's one of the reasons why people who are fasting for days together can still remain so energetic, because when you're fasting, your thoughts reduce, your chakras sometimes get activated, and they can actually pull in the energy. So you do not feel so weak or depleted in spite of not having enough food. When all your chakras are open, you experience an amazing sense of physical, social, emotional, spiritual, and professional well-being. And when your chakras are blocked, you feel tired, exhausted, bored, a lot of emotional ups and downs, lack of interest in a given situation, lack of enthusiasm, confusion, conflicts, stress, relationship difficulties, financial difficulties, and a chaotic situation in your life. So it is very important to make sure that all your chakras are resonantly open, functional, so that you live in a sense of optimum well-being. It's not so difficult. It's quite easy. You've got to understand each chakra as well and use a particular diet, a particular dress code, a particular set of exercises and meditation, and a few healing techniques and tips. That's what we're going to teach in Revival program. We'll focus right now on 7 major chakras, and slowly you will master not only just the knowledge but the energetic essence of these chakras. For me, these 7 major chakras are milestones in anyone's journey. It could be life in general, it could be in relationships. These milestones can be in your professional life or in any project. So we have 7 major chakras. They are root chakra, sacral chakra, solar chakra, heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye chakra, and crown chakra. In Sanskrit, it's known as Muladhara chakra, Swadhisthana chakra, Manipur Chakra, Anahat Chakra, Vishuddhi Chakra, Agya Chakra, and Sahasrara Chakra. Sanskrit meanings are self-explanatory. Yet I will explain to you each chakra in details later in this program. However, let's begin with psychosomatic aspects of chakras. So why am I saying these are milestones? Let's get a gist of it, the gist of each chakras. So the root chakra is associated with your effective survival. The key word is survival, stability and grounding. So people with healthy root chakra, they are very well grounded. They honor the material existence. They do enough, not only just to survive, but they choose to thrive in life. And they can effectively safeguard their material life and physical life. They have enough interest in living a very energetic, dynamic material life. On the contrary, when the root chakra is compromised, you may feel dull, lethargic, no desire to live, getting bored with life, fed up with life, with the question, why am I here and why did I take birth as human and I shouldn't have come over here, I've been forced to be born, so on and so forth. In an extreme case, you may have a suicidal tendency, and in moderate case, you may have a habit of sabotaging your welfare. You know, people say, "पैरों पे कुल्हाड़ी मारना." So people with compromised root chakra often kill their own interest and adversely work against their own interest. We'll see the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is closely associated with pleasures and pains of life. All sensory and sensuous aspects of all our five senses. People with blocked sacral chakra are often very hard on themselves. They have least interest in the pleasures of life. They're very sincere, very severe, at times very highly disciplinarian. They shun all pleasures of life. And on the other extreme, people with open sacral chakra, they have a very refined sense of taste and they make sure that every moment is an enjoyable moment. Not only they enjoy life, but some of them are highly charismatic and attractive. Wherever they go, people turn around and look at them. They are very well noticed, very well appreciated, loved, liked, cherished, and sought after. People with solar chakra disturbances. These people often have difficulties with control, power, position, tend to turn rebellious, or they work with passive aggressive behavior, or at times they're very timid or fearful. They need to learn to take charge of life instead of trying to control anything and everything. Most people who are stuck at solar chakra are control freak. They want to control everything to make sure that they are not controlled or overpowered by people or situation or circumstances. And the more they try to control, the more they feel out of control, and they may feel helpless, powerless, and in a kind of a stuck situation. They also have competitive nature and often indulge into a lot of power games. People with heart chakra, especially the blockage, have difficulties in their relationships, especially those which are very close and loving. They often block love. They may sabotage the experience of love, face rejection or invite rejection, feel rejected, abandoned, not cherished enough, block in love life. They find it difficult to forgive others. They find it difficult to love. When you deal with these people, you often find a kind of a barrier, and you feel that you can't really cross this barrier and reach out to them energetically, emotionally, or otherwise. They are doing this because they're too sensitive to hurts. They've got hurts in the past. They've faced rejections. They do not want to go through the emotional pains time and again. So they block love because there's so much of adverse association with love, and that's why they keep away from love and often complain that others don't love. The next milestone is throat chakra. People whose throat chakra is compromised often suffer from low self-esteem, low self-confidence, and lack of self-belief, and as a result their communication suffers. And when the communication suffers, their relationship often suffers, and they may feel unworthy of love, unworthy of finances, unworthy of success. The life can actually prove their belief about themselves. It's time they check their belief. The next chakra is the third eye chakra. People with brilliantly open third eye chakra are often visionaries. They are creative thinkers, they are lateral thinkers, they find offbeat solutions, they find creative ideas, and they know how to implement it very well. So they are good implementers as well. And because they're creative, they're visionary, and they're good implementers, they're usually in a leadership position, and that's why the name Agya Chakra. People with open crown chakra are beautifully connected to the divinity. They're intuitive. There's a sense of oneness with all that is. They rarely blame others for what's happening to them because they see others as their extension. And they see the whole world in them and themselves in the whole world. There's a sense of oneness, connectedness. They see God in everyone. We all go through these milestones. When we are born, we're struggling with root chakra because the main challenge is survival. All that we need is little milk, little place to lie down, a piece of cloth. Then we need pleasure and entertainment. That's a sacral chakra phase. After that, the power struggle begins with peers, with brothers and sisters, even with parents. The rebel sets in, the disobedience sets in. That's a solar phase. Then we enter the heart chakra phase when we start learning to love and accept all that is. All those rules that you hated once upon a time, you start loving them. For example, brushing teeth before bedtime. Later, you start identifying yourself, recognizing yourself, start believing in yourself, developing confidence, and that's a throat chakra phase. And then you enroll into family visions, parental visions, society vision, and start planning your career, your activities accordingly. And probably that is the third eye phase. And then you experience a sense of oneness with your family, and you even feel that they and you are one, and that's the crown chakra phase. Not necessarily you go through all those phases in a step-by-step systematic order. At times, certain phases remain incomplete, and that's when you go for another cycle to experience similar things or similar experiences time and again. So say you experience that oneness and you are again thrown back into a hostel or education system which is far away from your house. Now you're again juggling with the root chakra for your effective survival, for accepting the different land Then you're finding the ways and means of enjoying life over there. Then you find the adjustment with the systems over there and the power games. And then you juggle with being accepted and loved by them. Then you juggle with your confidence level and self-esteem level with a given surroundings. And then you try and align yourself to the greater vision, and then you experience oneness. And after that, again, a new phase starts. Say you got married. The same story starts. You meet your partner, it's at root chakra level. There's a honeymoon phase, which is at sacral chakra level. And if you get married, probably you may land up having solar phase right from the day one of marriage, where there's a power game and one-upmanship and wanting to adjust, trying to create structures or rebelling against the structure. That the whole phase is solar chakra phase. Then you learn to love and accept your partner the way he is or she is. That's a heart chakra phase. And when the acceptance comes, the communication comes, you start feeling more and more confident about yourself with respect to the relationship, or confident about your partner, and that is the throat chakra phase. Then you align your vision with your partner's vision and start creating projects or plans, or plan babies or house. That's the third eye chakra phase, which may go on for a little longer time. And if the relationship continues, you may reach the moment when you feel so one with each other. Now, this is a dynamic way of growing, one step at a time. Why am I saying? If you're stuck at any chakra level, you need to focus on quickly going to the next chakra level. Because if you can see your roadmap clearly, you can plan your growth very well. Revival is one such exercise where we will handhold you and take you through the cleansing and activation of one chakra at a time. You will have daily meditations, daily affirmations, gratitude exercise, diet tips, also some of those healing exercises and healing tips. Overall, the whole exercise will leave you with a fantastic sense of well-being and beautiful connection to your divine self. You will also find yourself handling your challenges in a much better way, an improvement in your relationships, and overall better understanding of your life purpose and life plan. It's very gentle, very easy and very practical program which you can follow for 7 weeks. What if there is a break? No problem. You can have a break of a couple of days or even a week or 10 days, but do resume the program as soon as you can. I often find a lot of people coming and telling me that, look, I'm not interested in lower chakras. Can I start straight away with the third eye chakra? And I would say no. The growth without sound foundation can collapse anytime. Think of going in a systematic way with root chakra first. It's not by compromising your root chakra, but by strengthening your root chakra, you will have sustainable spiritual growth. Pay attention to your lower chakra as much as possible. If you ever experience a resistance, you don't want to do a particular chakra, that means most likely you have some unrecognized, unhealthy issues related to that chakra. Your subconscious mind is resisting addressing those issues. This is the time you need to connect to your mentor. You can do these chakras straight from the website, one chakra at a time, or I would suggest you seek the assistance from your mentor, just write to us. We will help you with a mentor who can assist you and guide you through these programs, because you may get triggered periodically. You may recognize some of those unhealthy associations or some of those issues which are still unresolved, and you might need somebody to guide you through that, to push you through that, to help you look at it in a different perspective. Your mentor can do that. We have some amazing mentors who have beautifully hand-holded a lot of individuals through this whole chakra guidance exercise. I'm sure you're going to love this program. Be diligent, be regular, pay as much attention as you can. You're not doing it for anyone else, you're doing it for yourself, because you owe it to yourself. You deserve it. All the best. Enjoy Chakra Revival program. I'm sure this program will be a beautiful milestone in your life. All the best.